Hi everyone, my name is Oscar and I'm a scientist, and in today's video we're going to talk about the Visa Bulletin for the month of June 2023, especially when it refers to EB-2 NIW and EB-1A green card categories. Let's take a look. So if we move to my other screen, you'll see that here I'm showing you the website for travelstate.gov. That's the official website from the Department of State where you can check the Visa Bulletin. The Visa Bulletin is that publication that comes every month that will dictate the wait times for certain green card categories, well, all green card categories, family and employment based. We are here to talk about employment based, and usually you get the current Visa Bulletin. We are now in May, and somewhere during that month the new Visa Bulletin for the next month is released. Today is the 11th of May, and they just released the June 2023 Visa Bulletin. So we're going to take a look at both May and June to compare. Okay, and if I can do a quick recap, in the previous episode of this series, we saw that in May for EB-2, the dates retrogress. Retrogression means that the dates go back, which is really bad because that means that the lines increase, the waiting times increase. So those filing for EB-2 NIW, we're going to see more and more wait times. Okay, if you want to understand retrogression better, I have a video that I will link right here. So once you're in this page, you can open the month of May, you can open the month of June. That's what I have in these two tabs, and you can navigate down until you get to employment-based preference, okay? And here we have all the categories, EB-1, EB-2, EB-3, and so on. We have two tables, table A, final action days, and then we have table B, dates for filing. And we have a link here, right here, that will indicate what table we have to look at if we are adjusting status. Okay, generally for people that are doing consular processing, they will always look at table B. But those who are in the US and they want to adjust the status, they have to look at this link here that I will just open right now, that will tell you what table you need to look. So for May, for employment-based preference filing, if you're doing adjustment of status, you need to look at final action dates, and that's table A, okay, the first table. And that is really important because sometimes the two tables are quite different. So we're going to compare table A for both May and June, even though I have to say right now that for June they have not issued that guideline, so we don't know for sure if we have to look at table A or B. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that the guideline will be unchanged and June will also be table A. If that is not the case, I will release another video in the coming days once they release that information, so we can go over this again. So table A for May is listed here. We had for EB-1, all countries other than China and India were current. That means that you can file concurrently the I-140 and the adjustment of status, or you can file adjustment of status anytime. If you were from China or India, the dates were February 1st, 2022. For EB-2, we were seeing a date of February 2022 for all countries, that just retrogressed. And China had a date of 2019, India had a date of 2011. Okay, so remember that in your specific case, what you have to do is you have to compare your priority date to this date, and your priority date has to be prior to this date on the table for you to file an adjustment of status. Let's look at June. So in June, we go to table A. I'm going to put them here, both of them together. And what we are seeing is that for EB-1, all countries are current except China and India. Exactly the same dates, February 2022 for China and India for EB-1. All the other countries are current. And then for EB-2, which includes EB-2 NIW, we have all other countries showing February 2022, exactly the same as the other month of May. And China and India also have the same dates of June 2019 and January 2011 respectively. And I'm going to go back to May to show you that indeed there's absolutely no change whatsoever. In fact, there's no change pretty much anywhere except for other workers that I'm seeing some changes over there. But for our categories that we focus on these channels, which are EB-1A and EB-2 NIW, there have been no changes. Is this good or bad? I'll tell you in a second, but first let me show you some key information first. Okay, so if you want to know more about EB-2 NIW and EB-1 A green cards, I invite you to visit my website. Now I have two, one on EB-1 here on the left, and my already, old, is not super old, but the first one I created is EB-2 NIW. Right here I have an online course. You can download sample petitions, which include cover letters, reference letters, and so on, and make use of all the services that I offer on those websites, okay? That's my 30-second advertisement here. Okay, so going back to the Visa Bulletin, is it good or bad that we are seeing exactly the same dates in, by the way, both Table A and Table B? I was focusing now on Table A because I'm pretty sure that's the table we will have to look at. But is it bad or good that we are seeing identical dates? Well, it's definitely not good when the dates are not moving forward. We want the dates to move forward, so that means that the process is advancing in the right way, meaning the queues, the lines of people are not getting longer. However, in the recent months, particularly for EB-2, we had been seeing retrogression, which means the lines get longer and longer, and by a significant amount of time. Pretty much a whole year of retrogression happened in the last months. So in that sense, this is a good development. The dates have not continued to retrogress, and that is always good news. So I am relatively happy that I don't have to sit here today and tell you again that your EB-2 NIW dates have retrogressed further. I hope that in coming months I can come back here and tell you the opposite news, that the days have started to move forward and you have a better timeline ahead of you and shorter wait times. And like I was saying earlier, we're still waiting for this announcement here in how to read the tables. You see next month's adjustment of status filing charts is coming soon. So I do expect that this will tell you again to look at final action dates, and that's table A. If that's the case, everything I said in this video holds true. If that is not true, that will be a surprise, and I will release another video updating you. But for now, this is everything I have to say. This month they have released the Visa Bulletin pretty early. I was actually caught by surprise. I was preparing another video and I had to quickly come here and tell you this news. And I will keep you posted as usual. Take a look at eb2niw.info, eb1greencard.info, and I wish you the best of lucks in your self-petitioning for these two very interesting green card options that you have available for you.